starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Bass in your face. Bass in your face.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or are watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Okay. First of all, I just want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether you've been a supporter from day one or just recently joined this week. I really appreciate all the love and all the support all of you continue to give me. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, particularly when it comes to Instagram and TikTok. I mean, I really am touched by the amount of support I receive. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices, and a huge shout out to all those who watch from the clouds, even the haters, which and actually they're secret fans of mine. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. I also want to let everyone know that the link to join the panel has been pinned. At any point that you wish to join the panel, hit that link and you may join the panel. However, let me make this perfectly clear. If this is your first time here, I will ask that you come up in the backstage. Why? So, therefore, make sure that no one tries to flash an image that's inappropriate, which can cause YouTube to take down the stream. Because unfortunately, we do have weirdos that try to do crazy stuff like that. So, for the sake of everybody involved, I have to do that. If you have a problem coming up for the first time in the backstage, I'm sorry, you will not be allowed to join the panel. Okay. So we do have an interesting topic, I think. What is emotional intelligence? So we will discuss it soon. Before we get into the topic, we're going to have another episode of In My Words. So tonight, I'm going to be talking about diversity. Okay. And why am I going to talk about it? Well, first of all, one of the things that makes this country great is that we have people from all over the world. In fact, if you take a look and say, when it comes to, okay, let me see. Um, Actually, I did not block him. Good evening, Sam. But for some reason, in one of his streams, he removed me from the backstage. So I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on, but it is his platform. He does have the right to dictate who he allows on and who does not allow on. So I just, I just kept it, accept the fact that I am no longer on this platform, and fine. I would not invade his cyber home. Well, first of all, Stan, thank you very much for stopping by. I don't know how he's blocked. I didn't. I did not block him. It might have been one of the mods that did that. Um, Generally, I don't block people unless they do anything inappropriate. And to the best of my knowledge, Deadly has not done anything inappropriate. But in any case, one of the things that makes this country, in my opinion, great is that we have people from different backgrounds. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example, which is the Latino community. Okay, so first of all, if you take a look at the Latino community as a collective, okay, you have certain Latinos that were born and raised in the Caribbean. You have certain Latinos that come from Central America, mainly Mexico, El Salvador, Panama, Honduras, and then you have Latinos that come from South America. And then you have Latinos like myself, which was born and raised in the United States, which we consist of what is known as the Latina diaspora. Big fancy term for Latino was born and raised in the United States. Okay. So, and of course, Latinos from the Caribbean are quite different to Latinos in Central America and South America. But the thing that makes it great is we can learn from each other. Also, we can learn from um, Latinos that were born and raised outside of the United States. Also, we can learn regarding other groups like the African American community, the European groups like the Irish, the Scots, the Germans, the Italians. We can learn a great deal from them. We can also learn a great deal from the indigenous people. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, we can all learn. We can all learn from each other, and when we're able to do that, in my humble opinion, society is benefits from it, from the knowledge. Also, excuse me, while there are differences among us, there's similarities. Okay, each one of us worry about making sure that we have a place to live, that we're able to prosper, that we're able to make our mark on life. So, in other ways, we're quite similar. And the same thing could be said regarding the various aspects of the biracial community. Okay, what they're all trying to do is make sure that excuse me, that they are accepted and valued at their own separate communities. So they're all seeking their own identity. Okay, because that what makes them unique, and what makes us unique is our values, the community we belong to, and the upbringing which we all have. Okay, so We all need to value our respective collectives, all need to value the good things about our collectives. And whenever there is something in the collectives where there's a problem, we need to correct it. Okay. And the reality is this: when it comes to issues that's within a collective, the best people that can resolve it are the members of the collective. Okay. Uh, I can learn and read up about the issues regarding the African American community, but it's not the same thing as experiencing it because I'm not African American. But we can learn and we can respect and we can appreciate each other and we can appreciate how unique we are, that we all made in the image of God Almighty, and that's a good thing. And in fact, the matter is, if more people can do that, there wouldn't be such racist people in the world. And if you take a look, everyone is welcome to appear. Um, my platform, the only thing I ask is just make sure that we show mutual respect towards each other. And when we disagree, let's be agreeable when we disagree. Okay. That's something that more people need to do that. And if more people were able to do that, there wouldn't be so many wars and conflicts and things of that nature. But what can I say? Not everyone can ration logically. So that is my 2 cents regarding that issue. Okay. So with that being said, uh, we're going to get into the main topic. So, as you can tell by the thumbnail, the topic for tonight is what is emotional intelligence? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to give you what is the actual definition. Okay. Because here on this platform, we don't talk about the topic. We actually define it so everyone will have a clear understanding what is the topic about. Emotional intelligence, or EI, is the ability to manage both your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. Okay. There are five key elements to emotional intelligence: self awareness, self regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Now, the reason why I was prompted um, to talk about this topic was actually it has to do with a video that another YouTube creator named Didi spoke about it in one of her videos. So, and and as you know, and the fact of the matter is, Didi is one of my favorite um, YouTube creators because she does talk about a lot of issues, particularly when it comes to relationships and how to deal with members of the opposite sex and things like that. And a lot of what she talks about is on the money. It's on the mark. I mean, it's really. So I would suggest that you check out her content. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a video. Of course, it's under fair use. What I will do is I will stop at certain points to give my critique. Okay, so let me just see if I can share my screen because I was having some trouble the other night. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute myself so I can share this video. Okay. And again, free use.
I'll say modern women do not have those.
Women are seriously ready for emotionally intelligent men.
Kitty, what do you think?
Okay, let's talk about what emotional intelligence comes with before we even get into this conversation, okay? We're talking about you're wanting a man who is tolerant, who regulates his emotions, who also knows how to manage your emotions. But you're also talking about a man who knows how to navigate his sensitivities and everything else when it comes to that. But you have to consider that an emotionally intelligent man is good at cutting people off when he sees that your sensitivities bring too much reactivity. When he sees that you cannot regulate your emotions, when he sees that you have a low tolerance. This type of man that you are asking for is a man who will walk you out the door in a heartbeat. If he feels like you are disrupting his peace, if he feels like there's any level of disrespect, because there's a lot that comes with emotional intelligence. So if you asking for that, you got to come with the.
We've seen the video, before where these women.
Now, what I love about this video is that a woman is actually discussing what is emotional intelligence. Okay, and because look, one of the problems, and I'm gonna be careful in my words, with some women, again, some women, when a man speaks on a topic, they don't take the man serious. And when it comes to women speak, depending what is the topic, they'll take it seriously. Other times they would not. So I'm glad to see that there was a woman, and she appears to be a woman that knows what she's talking about, which is a great thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue, and again, fair use, fair use.
They don't know how to deal with a man who's confident, who knows himself, who has his stuff together. He doesn't seem desperate. You know what I'm saying? He could talk to you, or he could not, and he'll be perfectly fine. Those women do not know how to deal with a man like that. And as much as women always say, listen, well, you have to deal with me. And basically that means you have to deal with my attitude, my aggressiveness, whatever I come with, you have to deal with it. And a lot of men are saying, no, the hell we don't. We don't have to deal with anything. We don't have to deal with your attitude. We don't. And so when they come across a man who actually is that way, and has emotional intelligence, meaning he's not going to deal with anything from you that he doesn't want to deal with, they get intimidated. This is why I say a lot of times, a lot of women project their own feelings onto men, and it's like they flip it around. They want you to think that that's what men think, when a lot of these women have told you that, hey, I don't even know how to communicate with the man. I don't know the first thing to say. I don't even know.
Now, again, let me make this perfectly clear. Some women have this problem. Some. Okay. And some of it is projection, that some women have this notion that man is supposed to deal with whatever ish and not say jack. No. We don't have to deal with the ish. Okay. If you're not going to respect who we are, if you're not going to value what we say, what we believe, we don't have to interact with you. Period. So let us continue. Again, fair use.
How to date. They don't even know what to do. So, a lot of them are used to dealing with a certain type of guy, a guy who doesn't have certain requirements or doesn't have a level of emotional intelligence, and he's not really strong in what it is that he wants, and they could kind of manipulate and maneuver through those guys, and that's what they're used to. But a strong-minded guy who has his who's not desperate, who was raised well, he's not going to tolerate no anything. So I wanted to pull up the definition of emotional intelligence because we hear it all the time. So emotional intelligence is the ability to manage both your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. There are 5 key elements to emotional intelligence. The first one is self-awareness. Okay, we know a lot of women aren't self-aware. Self-regulation, we know they don't have that. Motivation, they might have a bit of that. Empathy, not a whole lot. And social skills. I'm supposed to do that.
Women are seriously ready for emotionally intelligent men.
Kitty, what do you think?
Okay, let's.
Women are seriously ready.
Aware. Self-regulation, we know they don't have that. Motivation, they might have a bit of that. Empathy, not a whole lot. And social skills, they may have a bit of that.
And what I love about DD is she breaks it down. What is emotional intelligence? So what she's going to do is she's going to break it down even further, so we have a clear understanding what it is, because some people have the wrong concept. What is emotional intelligence? Okay, so, and again, what I love about it is you have 2 women who are intelligent, articulate. They're not coming with the ish, but they're telling it like it is. Okay, so we will continue again, fair use.
So self-awareness, we can, that's all about accountability. We know a lot of women like that. Self-regulation, not so much. Motivation, empathy, and social skills. So we know right off top that a lot of, I'll say, modern women do not have those. We know that they don't have self-awareness. Child, we know right away you are not self-aware. Empathy, a lot of them need to work on that because a lot of them do not have any empathy for men. They're not considerate. They're not, they don't have any empathy or consideration for a man, for men in general. And so that's part of some of the qualities I would say you would need in a relationship in order to understand a man and also him understanding you. But see, I think women understand it when it's on them. When a man has to have empathy, consideration, all these things for them, they get it. But when it's for them to reciprocate that back to a man, oh, they don't know what that is. Oh, they have amnesia. It's like, oh, hell, I'm supposed to do that? No. And so I think that's a part of the disconnect in, healthy relationships or establishing healthy relationships as well. Because a lot of women don't have any empathy. Oh, you're a man. You need to get it done. You lose your job, get one tomorrow. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? But if she lose her job or she don't make any money, she want all the empathy, sympathy, everything.
Now, this is another interesting point, and this is where there's a double standard that exists. Okay, if a dude loses his job, unless he gets another job within 24 hours, some of these women would dump them like a bad habit. They, in turn, they expect all the sympathy and empathy and what have you. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, it's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. And the fact of the matter is, if you really are a loving, caring person, you will have empathy regarding someone, particularly someone who recently lost their employment, particularly if it's not through any fault of their own. Believe me, I know what it is to be laid off. I know what it is to be unemployed. It is a humbling experience because you don't know when it's going to be before you're able to gain employment. Okay. So we are going to continue again. Fair use, fair use.
Love. She wants you to treat her with love and respect still. She don't want you to put her down or belittle her or do any of that. But why not? Why isn't that reciprocated? Why don't you have that same type of love and respect for your man too? Men aren't damn robots. They're human beings as well. Just because they don't cry and show their emotions like women and they don't act weak doesn't mean that they're not feeling anything and they're not going through things. And this is how society treats specifically Black men, but overall men in general, honestly. Like you're a robot. I'm supposed to do that? No. And so I think that's a part of the disconnect in, healthy relationships or establishing healthy relationships as well. Because a lot of women don't have any empathy. Oh, you're a man. You need to get it done. You lose your job, get one tomorrow. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? But if she lose her job or she don't make any money, she want all the empathy, sympathy, everything, love. She wants you to treat her with love and respect still. She don't want you to put her down or belittle her or do any of that. But why not? Why isn't that reciprocated? Why don't you have that same type of love and respect for your man too? Men aren't damn robots. They're human beings as well. Just because they don't cry and show their emotions like women and they don't act weak doesn't mean that they're not feeling anything and they're not going through things. And this is how society treats specifically Black men, but overall men in general, honestly. Like you're robots. Like you can't make a mistake. You can't fall short. You can't nothing. You got to be on it 24/7 or you ain't shit. That's how they look at it. And I think that's I'll say modern women do not have those. We know that they don't have self-awareness, child. We know right away you are not self-aware. Empathy, a lot of them need to work on that because a lot of them do not have any empathy for men. They're not considerate. They don't have any empathy or consideration for men in general. And so that's part of some of the qualities I would say you would need in a relationship in order to understand a man and also him understanding you. But see, I think women understand it when it's on them. When a man has to have empathy, consideration, all these things for them, they get it. But when it's for them to reciprocate that back to a man, they don't know what that is. They have amnesia. It's like, I'll say modern women do not need in a relationship in order to understand a man and also him understanding. It's like, oh hell, I'm supposed to do that? No. And so I think that's a part of the disconnect in healthy relationships or establishing healthy relationships as well. Because a lot of women don't have any empathy. Oh, you're a man. You need to get it done. You lose your job, get one tomorrow. I'm out of here. Why isn't that reciprocated? Why don't you have that same type of love and respect for your man too?
Very good question. Very good question. Why can't some of these women feel empathy towards their man when they're going through difficulties? And again, let me make this perfectly clear. I'm talking about some women, not all. Some. I mean, it's one. I mean, that's if you want sympathy, you have to give sympathy. If you want empathy, you have to give empathy. Okay. You can't expect a man to be totally stoic without emotions and then just basically go there and try to handle themselves without any emotion or need of having any support. It is not human. It's not possible. So we will continue again fair use.
Men aren't damn robots. They're human beings as well. Just because they don't cry and show their emotions like women and they don't act weak doesn't mean that they're not feeling anything and they're not going through things. And this is how society treats specifically Black men, but overall men in general, honestly. like you're robots. Like you can't make a mistake. You can't fall short. You can't nothing. You got to be on it 24/7, or you ain't shit. That's how they look at it, and I think that's unfortunate, and I think that's part of the reason why so many men are having a hard time. And I'm not talking about. See, we have to establish the difference between men who are not doing anything, the ones that people would consider just deadbeats and just dusties, or not, and I hate using that word dusty because I think that's ridiculous, and I'm not using it again because I don't consider men dusties.
Another problem is this, that they paint a broad brush regarding everyone. Okay. And again, you have to make a distinction between those individuals, male individuals, that have no aspirations, do not wish to improve, do not wish to be better, better for themselves, and then those men who are really trying to be the best version of themselves. So you have to make that distinction. Unfortunately, you have some women who, for whatever reason, are unable to do so. So we will continue again, fair use.
I think that's just something other people came up with and just used it. Now you hear women saying those, and I think that's just a ridiculous way to reference a man. I don't think anybody is a dusty, but there are men who fall short, men who are just not motivated, and they're not really doing much at all. And they might have, just a lack of motivation overall, and they're not trying to do much with themselves, let alone anybody else or a relationship. So I think those men need some help or guidance or something. But there are a bunch of men who are super motivated, doing a lot and trying hard to build themselves up. But it's not enough for a lot of the women out here because they don't understand why men can't go out and make the money that some of them are making, and they forget that it's not the same for men. It's not as easy for men, and it's just my opinion. And from what I've seen, it's not as easy for men to do what women do to make money. OnlyFans, that don't work the same for men as it does with women. And it's just funny to me how you think it's so easy for a man to go out here and make money, but it can't be that easy in general, because if the only thing that you can resort to make money is selling your body, that shows you don't have the talents or any skills, or you don't even know of other jobs that could make you a substantial amount of money without my men who are just not and trying hard to build themselves up. Men to do what women do to make money. OnlyFans, that don't work the same for men as it does with women. And it's just funny to me how you think it's so easy for a man to go out here and make money, but it can't be that easy in general, because if the only thing that you can resort to make money is selling your body, that shows you. We've seen the video, of the women out here, because they don't understand why men can't go out and make the money that some of them are making, and they forget that it's not the same for men. It's not as easy for men, and this is just my opinion, and from what I've seen, it's not as easy for men to do what women do to make money. OnlyFans, that don't work the same for men as it does with women. And it's just funny to me how you think it's so easy for a man to go out here and make money, but it can't be that easy in general, because if the only thing that you can resort to make money is selling your body, that shows you don't have any other talents or any skills, or you don't even know of other jobs that could make you a substantial amount of money without selling your body and degrading yourself.
See, this is the problem. Okay. You have some women talk about it's so easy for men to make money, and then women say it's so easy to make money. So my question is, if it's so easy, why is it you have to sell your BJJ or show new pictures in order to make money? That just shows the fallacy regarding what some women think. So I'm just going to show one more bit of this clip again for you.
So that's the go-to for the majority of these women, because that's the only way they know some type of whole work, some out here, stripping, selling your body, OnlyFans, sex work. That's all that they could really turn to make a substantial amount of money. Because other than that, they got to work a regular 9 to 5 too.
Women are seriously ready for emotion.
Now, I decided to show this video clip because you have two women that spoke well regarding emotional intelligence, what it is and what it isn't. Okay. So and again, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to Dee Dee's channel. And she does do live call-in shows on a regular basis. If you can, just watch it live or watch it on the playback. It is really refreshing to see women who are not just beautiful, but intelligent and articulate. Tell it like it is. Okay? Do I agree with everything that she says? No. But, she does cause you to think about what's being said and the topic being discussed. And that's a good thing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share something else. Just give me a moment. I apologize. It seems like I got accidentally removed from the platform. Okay. But you know what? No one's perfect. No one's perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find something else to share. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read an article off my mobile phone. And again, let me just make this perfectly clear that if at any point anyone wishes to join the panel, you can click the link that's been pinned. So this is an article that I'm going to share from HelpGuide.org regarding improving emotional intelligence. When it comes to happiness in life, EQ matters just as much as IQ. Learn how you can boost your emotional intelligence, build stronger relationships, and achieve your goals. Emotional intelligence, otherwise known as emotional quotient or EQ, is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in a positive ways to release stress, can effectively empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. Emotional intelligence helps you to build stronger relationships, succeed at school, at work, and achieve your career and personal growth. It can also help you to connect with your feelings, turn intention into action, and make informed decisions about what matters most to you. Listed attributes when it comes to emotional intelligence. Self-management. You are able to control impulsive feelings and behavior, manage your emotions in healthy ways, take initiative to follow through on commitments, and adapt to changing circumstances. Self-awareness. You recognize your own emotions and how they affect your thoughts and behavior. You know your strengths and weaknesses and have self-confidence. Social awareness. You can have empathy, you can understand the emotion, needs, and concerns of other people, pick up on emotional cues, feel comfortable with society, and recognize the power dynamics in a group or organization. Relationship management. You know how to develop and maintain good relationships, communicate clearly, inspire and influence others, work well in a team, and manage conflict. Now we're going to talk about why emotional intelligence is important. As we know, it is not the smartest people who are the most successful or the most fulfilled in life. You probably know people who are academically brilliant, yet they are socially inept and unsuccessful at work or in their personal relationships. Intellectual ability or international intelligence quotient isn't enough on its own to achieve success in life. Yes, your IQ can help you to get into college, but it's your EQ that will help, which is emotional quotient, that will help you manage the stress and emotion when facing the final exam. IQ and EQ exist in tandem and they are most effective when they're built off of one another. Emotional intelligence effects. Your performance at school or at work. High emotional intelligence can help you navigate the social complexities in the workplace, lead and motivate others, and excel in your career. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. The topic for tonight is what is emotional intelligence? So basically, I'll just explain what it is and how it can be helpful. Okay. Actually, if you look earlier in the stream, I highlighted a video that Dee did, and she broke it down. What is emotional intelligence? In fact, when it comes to gauging important job candidates, many companies now rate emotional intelligence as important as technical ability and empathy, employ EQ testing before hiring. Your physical health. If you're unable to manage your emotion, you're probably not managing your stress either. Good evening, Brooklyn Wynn. Thank you very much for stopping by. Uncontrolled stress raises blood pressure, suppresses the immune system, increases risk of heart attack and stroke, contributes to infertility, and speeds up the aging process. The first step to improving emotional intelligence is learn how to manage stress. Your mental health, uncontrolled emotions and stress can also impact your mental health, making you vulnerable to anxiety and depression. Excuse me. If you're unable to understand, get comfortable with, or manage your emotions, you'll also struggle to form strong relationships. This in turn can lead to you feeling lonely and isolated, and further exacerbate any mental health problems. Okay, so show this. By understanding your emotions and how to control them, you are better able to express how you feel and understand how others are feeling. This allows you to communicate more effectively and forge stronger relationships both at work and in your personal life. Your social intelligence, being in tune with your emotions, serves a social purpose, connecting you with other people and the world around you. Social intelligence enables you to recognize friend from foe, measure another person's interest in you, reduce stress, balance your nervous system through social communication, and feel loved and happy. Building emotional intelligence, 4 key skills for increasing your EQ. The skills that make our emotional intelligence can be learned at any time. However, it's important to remember that there's a difference between simply learning about EQ and applying that knowledge to your life. Just because you may know it should do something doesn't mean you will, especially when you become overwhelmed by stress, which can override your best intentions. In order to permanently change behavior in ways that stand up under pressure, you need to learn how to overcome stress in the moment and in your relationship in order to remain emotionally aware. Okay. Okay. I would say for some it's more of a challenge. Okay. I think most people have the ability to various degrees. Okay. The key is, you know, is the design, the motivation is there. The key skills to building your EQ and improving your ability to manage emotions and connect with others are self management, self awareness, social awareness, and relationship management. In order for you to engage your EQ, you must be able to use your emotions to make constructive decisions about your behavior. When you become overly stressed, you can lose control of the emotions and the ability to act thoroughly and appropriately. Think about a time when stress has overwhelmed you. Was it easy to think clearly or make a rational decision? Excuse just one moment. Okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. I just lost my page. But let me just give you okay, I just lost it, but let me just explain to you in this fashion. Okay. You do need to be aware of your emotions. You need to try to think clearly. You need to see how you have the ability to interact with others and the ability uh, to develop empathy. Okay. Now I have been talking for about 50 minutes, so I'm going to ask this question: what do you all think? What is your viewpoint? Do you think it's important? Not important? It doesn't matter? What have you? This is your opportunity, to further share what you have in mind. Also, if anyone wishes to join the panel, you can do so. Again, like I said before, if this is your first time, I am going to ask that you come up in the backstage for the reasons why I alluded to earlier. Okay? Because unfortunately, you have certain individuals who cannot rationalize, who act emotional, and they do things that cause a reaction, mainly a negative reaction. In other words, these people lack emotional intelligence. So I suspect that this string is probably going to be a shorter string because of partly because of the content, partly because there's certain strings that will produce a lot of interaction, others not as much. But it's okay. I mean, people can um, you know, put their comments on after after the stream is over. Okay. I decided, you know what? I decided to have this discussion, and again, um, the inspiration. I cannot take credit. Okay. The inspiration behind it is by watching one of Didi's videos. Okay. And I would highly recommend that you subscribe to our channel. Check out her content. I think she airs content daily, and she is a huge creator. I think she has over 100,000 subs. Okay, and her streams get thousands of views. Okay, but it's but the reason why, because a lot of the stuff that she talks about actually makes sense. Okay. So, good evening, that loud mouth, Miss Mickey. Good evening. I think this is your first time here. I just want to say thank you and welcome to the platform. Okay. And for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar, here on this platform, we talk about everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. And I see here we have Georgia in the chat. Good evening. The topic for tonight is what is emotional intelligence? Okay. So let me just yeah, you know what? You know why that's why that is the case, because when you're too emotional, you are not able to rationalize logically. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I'm glad that you did. Now I don't understand why Dentley had an issue with me though. I mean, since I was removed from the backstage, but you know what? It is his platform. And and he does have the right to you know allow who would be on his platform and who does not allow. So it is what it is. But let me just recap what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to manage your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. That is what emotional intelligence is. Okay. Do everyone practice it? No. Okay. Should more people do? Yes. Okay. Well, look, I mean, look, I mean, I don't, you know what? I don't, it was heavy, but it's like, you know what? maybe it's just better. Maybe it's just better not to hop on this platform. I mean, like I said before, look, and again, he has the right to regulate who he lets on and who he doesn't let on. So it is what it is. Okay. Uh, I truly believe everyone, and I mean everyone, has the right to dictate um, who they allow on that platform and not allow. So I'm not, I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. That's all. But it is what it is. So I think going. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. That's all I'm going to say. But just but look. So as I stated before, the topic for tonight is emotional intelligence. And as I stated, is the ability to manage your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. Not everyone has the maturity to acquire emotional intelligence. Okay, and you can see it. Um, by some of the people that I've interacted with, okay, in different sectors. So I'm not saying that it's limited to one sector. You do see emotionally immature people in multiple sectors. And the best thing to do is when you're dealing with such individual is just leave them alone. That's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do. Just leave them alone and just let them be. Okay. And just be the best version of yourself. Yeah. Yeah. So look, I mean it is what it is. But I just, like I said, I decided to discuss it, and I'm glad I have discussed it. Okay, and if anyone has any other views they want to share, fine. If no one else, then I'm going to start to talk about what's going to be the next topic. Okay, now being that we are approaching Valentine's Day, not everyone is looking forward to the day. Okay. So my next topic is going to be why people hate Valentine's Day. Okay. Let me rephrase it to some people. Okay. And there are multiple reasons why. First of all, um, you have people who don't have anyone in their lives. So the problem with Valentine's Day, it just intensifies multiple times. Okay. Okay, well, you know what? Look, you're more than welcome to catch it on the playback. Okay, and just to give you the latest, um, she was charged with with acquiring funds fraudulently with her GoFundMe account. She did surrender herself to the authorities, and she's currently out on bail. So, no, actually, what we're talking about is what is emotional intelligence. Okay. And emotional intelligence is the ability to manage both your emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. And the reason why I decided to discuss it because I was inspired by a video clip that another YouTube creator, which I thoroughly enjoy, named Didi, where you actually had two women who spoke on it. No, it's not okay. It's not someone we know, but it's someone we heard about. Okay, way back. Okay, I think on September. Um, I think she was around Houston, and there was allegedly a woman was hit in the face with a brick because she refused to give the dude her phone number. Later, we found out through video surveillance cameras that, first of all, she struck the dude first, and then the dude struck her back with a water bottle. Okay. And she had opened a GoFundMe account, which she had raised over $40,000. And and actually, what happened was she's been banned from GoFundMe, so she cannot um, go to that platform to raise funds. And all the money that was generated was refunded to the donors. So that was last night's stream. And I decided, you know what? Other than to simply give a rehashing, I am not going to continue on the topic because I mean we can go on forever and ever, and I don't like to continue harp on a topic. Okay, I'll discuss it and then keep it moving. Okay, so topic tonight is what is emotional intelligence, which I alluded to earlier. Okay, so again, anyone wishes to join the panel, the link has been pinned. Okay, if there's nothing else that needs to be discussed, we will start to wrap this up. So my next stream, which will be on Monday, will be dealing with why people do not care for Valentine's Day. And again, there are different types of people. You have those who don't have anyone in their lives. So what it does, it further emphasizes that belief. And then you have people who are in relationships who do not like Valentine's Day because it is perceived as something just to spend a whole lot of money on your significant other. Okay. Of course, when it comes to love, there's different types of love. There's the love that comes from a parent to a child. Okay. There's also the love that comes from close friends and siblings and things of that nature. And then there is the type of love that comes within a romantic relationship, mainly in marriage, which is called eros. And of course, there is agape love, which is God's love, okay, which is the most purest form of love as I see fit. So you have people who are not looking forward to Valentine's Day for multiple reasons. So I will be discussing that topic. Okay. And of course, as I discuss the topic, there is no right answer, there is no wrong answer. Everyone have an opportunity to express their point of view should they see fit. Okay. But I would like to say that I am deeply honored, touched. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because look, when it comes to love, the first example of love comes, really comes from our parents and our grandparents. Okay. And not everyone are blessed to have that type of health relationship with their parents or grandparents for whatever reason. Okay. So one thing I always tell people that treasure the relationships that you have with your parents while they are alive. Okay. And if there's any conflict, if you can, try to resolve it because once they go, that's it. There is no opportunity for reconciliation once they're gone. Okay. And it's been several years since both my parents went to their final reward. Um, my father passed away over 11 years ago, and my mother passed away almost 4 years ago. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming in. And if you can, spread the word regarding other people and let people know about this channel. Okay. The fact of the matter is, it's not a big channel. Okay, but I do try my best to produce content on a regular basis, and I do hope that you enjoy it. Okay. And if I need to be criticized, so be it. I'm humble enough to accept criticism, okay? And what I will always do is try to give you the best version of myself, okay? So, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this up and put this to the back, okay? And of course, all of you are more than welcome to opine on the back, once the stream is over, regarding your observations. Now, before I go, I just have one question. Okay, has nothing to do with the topic, but I posted on my community tab today. Between the two teams that are that will play in the Super Bowl, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, which team are you rooting for to win? Are you rooting for the 49ers or are you rooting for the Chiefs? Okay? If you have a preference, you can indicate it in the chat. Okay? If you don't care, you don't care. Okay. What I think is going to win? Okay. So already got one vote. Okay. If you're talking about statistics alone, I would say the 49ers. If you're talking about the intangibles, I'll have to go with the Chiefs. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, okay. I wonder what would be the halftime show. Okay. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes the halftime show is better than the football game itself. Let's keep it real. But there's been a couple of times where it's been like a complete blowout. I mean, I remember, I think it was, I forgot which Super Bowl it was, when it was at the time they were known as the Washington Redskins. Now they're known as the Washington Commanders. They beat the Denver Broncos 42-10, and then they scored 35 points in the second quarter. So, it gets a little bit anticlimactic when one team is like winning with a big margin. I don't know about you, but I kind of like those close games. And actually, some of those games that we saw in the playoffs, they were exciting. Some of them were disappointing, to say the least. And I'm sorry if you're a Cowboys fan, if you're a Phillies fan, it's like, ugh, they really were pathetic. But that's neither here nor there. At least they got to the playoffs. I mean, the fact of the matter is, 18 teams did not make it. So, what can you do? But in any case, I will wrap this up. And please spread the word regarding this little platform and encourage others to check the content and subscribe if you're so inclined. Okay? With that being said, I'm going to close the same way that I always close. We must do everything possible to minimize our exposure to the mentally and intellectual challenges. Because if we fail to do that, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. Yes, hit the like button, people. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help with the algorithm. So, with that being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. And let me just get this comment in. Yes. So, I just want to say good night, take care, stay blessed, and peace.